Have you heard of this? When you don't have filler in your lips, you have natural wrinkles. Cream has been integral rebuilding my skin barrier. At some point, I was like, you need to take this problem and figure out a solution to it. I know beauty is pain. I didn't want to put myself through any torture if I didn't have to. The Pixar lamp that goes like Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a favorites video. I am not going out, we're not vlogging, we are sitting down and I'm gonna share with you everything that I have been loving over the past month or two. I have a lot of products that I've laid out here that I wanna share with you guys. Most of them are beauty and skincare related, but I also have like a few that are in that random category. So let's get started. Over the past year or so, my skin has gone through a journey. Let me tell you, I was breaking out more than I have ever broken out in my entire life, including during puberty. I was dealing with what looked like both cystic and fungal acne. I had breakouts coming out on my chin, on my cheeks, and I'm not gonna lie, as a content creator who is constantly showing my face on camera, I was starting to get a little insecure on the days that I didn't feel like wearing makeup. I felt like I couldn't film because I was having all of these acne breakouts. On the days that I was filming, I felt like I forced myself to put on makeup just so my skin looked smoother and more presentable. I was done doing that. At some point, I was like, you need to take this problem and figure out a solution to it. What I did was scrap every skincare item that was in my collection at the time, and I've been reintroducing new products to my skin and seeing how it works and then building up upon that. A lot of products that I'm using now are either K-beauty or geared towards more sensitive skin types, because I think that is ultimately what was not working for me, is that I was using a ton of different harsh chemicals that I'm mixing on my skin and kind of like working against each other. And so going back to the basics was what I figured would be best for me. And right now my skin is looking incredible. I'm actually very, very happy with the progress I've made so far. These are some of the products that have helped me with my progress. This is a Caudalie Instant Detox Mask, and it is my holy grail item for when I am having active breakouts. This mask is so good at just sucking out all of the gunk that is in my skin and really drawing it out so that it can heal quicker. Usually I'll take this mask, apply a very thin layer on my entire face, wait about 15 to 20 minutes for it to dry, and then hop in the shower, wash it off there, and then do the rest of my shower routine. I find that it's just really easy to wash off masks when you're in the shower rather than like having to do it over the sink. It gets a little messy. But I've also used this mask to spot treat areas. So if I have like active breakouts on my chin, I've just applied like a thin layer of it on here and then washed it off and then done the rest of my skincare routine. And that's also worked really well for me too. This mask has purifying clay in it, which is like the #1 ingredient that really helps draw out all of that excess oil and sebum that's in your skin. You might not notice a huge difference when you first wash it off, but wait until the next morning. Your skin will look a lot less red, less inflamed, and I swear a lot of my active pimples tend to flatten out a little bit more after I use this mask. Next skincare item that I want to share is this VT Mild Retinol Serum in the level 50. So I've been seeing this product all over TikTok, and at first I was a little scared to use it because I feel like a lot of people have been saying that it hurts a lot. And I know beauty is pain, but I'm also not a masochist, so I didn't want to put myself through any torture if I didn't have to. So I got the lowest level possible, which is 50. I believe it goes to like 100 and then 300 and then maybe like 500 or 700. Like it goes up really high. I chose the mildest one, and to me this feels like a very gentle exfoliator. It doesn't feel like needles like stabbing you. It just kind of feels like a little prickle. If you have ever used the lactic acid serum from Sunday Riley, I feel like that product went viral years ago, but it kind of feels like that, where it's not painful, but there's like a slight tingling sensation. I really can't speak for any of the other higher level serums because I haven't tried them yet, but for me, the 50, really great. I use it as the first step in my skincare at night, and I do feel like this product helps the rest of my nighttime skincare really absorb and penetrate into my skin so that it gets all the maximum benefits that it should be getting. Next product I want to talk about is the Dr. Althea 147 Barrier Cream. If you watch my vlogs, you've probably heard me talk about this skincare item before. I've been using it for, I want to say, a little over a month, and I have used quite a bit. I think there's about a third left of it. Pro tip, do not get this confused with the 345 cream by Dr. Althea, because those are two different products. They look very, very similar, and the only way you can differentiate it is by looking right here where it says 147 or 345. The 345 cream is marketed towards all kinds of skin types, but I do think that it works generally better with oily skin types because of the gel consistency, whereas the 147 is actually meant for normal to dry skin types. You can see that right here on the label. You can see right there that it says that it's meant for normal to dry skin. I just love how simple this formula is. It doesn't include a lot of harsh chemicals. As someone with sensitive skin, I think a lot of harsh chemicals on my skin can kind of make it freak out. So this has been really good to just hydrate and moisturize. It also has no fragrance, which I really, really appreciate as someone who is a little sensitive to strong scents. I do believe that this cream has been integral when it comes to rebuilding my skin barrier so that it can become more resilient against those harsher chemicals that I plan on reintroducing in my skincare system later down the line. I have nothing but good things to say about this cream. If you have been on the fence, 100,000% get it, try it out. It's also not that expensive, so I don't think you're losing out anyways. Last item in the skincare category is going to be this oxalic acid suspension from The Ordinary. I have been an avid fan of The Ordinary for so long because I just really appreciate how they simplify all of their products so that the everyday consumer is not like super overwhelmed by all of the products that they have, and they really make it so that skincare is more accessible to the general public. So I'm not a skincare expert by any means, so I don't actually know all of the nitty-gritty details of what oxalic acid is and how it like works on your skin and the science behind it. I don't know what the difference is between retinol and oxalic acid because I think they both are supposed to help with brightening the skin and reducing the visibility of dark spots. So I don't really know what the difference is, but what I can tell you is that I have been seeing results. So I've been using this product about twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week if I'm feeling crazy. And it has really, really helped lighten up the acne scars that I've had like on the sides of my cheeks here, as well as on the bottom of my chin. I'm the type of person who picks at my acne. I know it's a really, really bad habit, but once I pick at it, it leaves a scar. And I do have some areas on my face with like really red or like purple acne scars, and I've always covered it up with like very heavy duty concealer. I've always thought that I would live with those scars for the rest of my life and that they wouldn't disappear, but apparently there are products out there that can help lighten up those spots, and so this has been a godsend. I will say one thing about this product: you need to, one, apply a very, very thin layer. Don't apply too much. Do you see this? You don't get a lot of product. This is the only size they sell. Why? Because you don't need a lot of it, okay? Take a really small amount, apply a very thin layer on the areas that you need. On the nights that I do incorporate this into my nighttime skincare routine, it is the very, 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 very last step. Like, I apply it after my skin has soaked up the barrier cream. I have no idea what the formula of this is, but after you put it on, it does feel a little bit silicone-y. So I don't know if there is silicone in here. There could be. I apply a thin layer and I let it dry. If you continue to rub your skin, it peels off. And after using this for about like 4 or 5 months now, a lot of my acne scarring has lightened up dramatically. So that's everything for my skincare. Now let's go into the makeup. The first few items that I want to talk about in the makeup section are both from L'Oreal Paris. I do want to add the disclaimer that I was sent these items for free. However, all of the opinions that I'm sharing right now, they are true. They are my own. I'm not being paid or sponsored in any way to share them. I just received these products to try out and I genuinely ended up really liking them. First product is this L'Oreal Faux Brow Pen. This is a duo prong liner pen, and it's meant for drawing on your eyebrows. You can literally see that I've used this so much that the writing has started to fade. So I'm genuinely like, this is no cap. I love this thing. It has become the staple for my daily makeup routine. It just draws very nice, precise lines without looking very harsh. I was not blessed with gorgeous full eyebrows that look laminated and like nicely shaped. I have to draw on my eyebrows. But the thing about drawing on eyebrows when you don't have much to start with is that they always end up looking like that Anastasia dip brow trend from 2016. So this is a perfect product because it mimics what the eyebrow hair is supposed to look like, makes my eyebrows look a lot more full while keeping it looking natural as well. The duo prong also makes it look a lot more natural because you're drawing 2 lines at a time and it almost looks a little chaotic, but that's exactly what makes it look so natural because your regular brows don't always look perfect. In addition to drawing on my eyebrows, I actually have also been loving to use this pen to draw on some lower lashes. I didn't do it today. I just wanted a really clean eye look, but if I have eyeshadow on and I want to accentuate my lower lashes, I just take this and I flick it down and draw on some lashes and it looks so good. I'm pretty sure this is in dark brown and I just love how it's like a chocolate brown and it leans a little bit more on the cool gray side, so it just doesn't look as harsh when I'm drawing on lower lashes. The second item from L'Oreal is their Infallible Setting Spray. This is genuinely like hairspray in a bottle for your makeup. It will keep it lasting for like the entire night. Apparently it's supposed to be up to 36 hours. I don't know anyone who's genuinely wearing their makeup for 36 hours straight. Like if that's you, let me know in the comments because I wanna know why you're wearing your makeup for that long. I'm gonna be really honest, I don't wear this every single day, but I do wear it on nights when I'm going out, especially because right now it is summertime and in Boston, it is freaking hot and super duper muggy. If you don't know what muggy means, it means that it's like really humid and it kind of feels like you're suffocating anytime you go outside because of the humidity. I have so many people in my life who are like, wait, aren't you from Georgia? Shouldn't you be used to like the heat and humidity? And to that I say, it is different. Okay, first of all, in Georgia, nearly every single home has central air. So you're going from an air-conditioned house into a car that also has AC to another venue that probably also has AC. In Boston, things are very different here. Most places here don't have central air. They either have a window unit AC or they just stick it out with a fan for the entire summer, which is crazy to me. And then you take public transit. So I'm walking outside with the sun, heat beating down on me, sweat dripping down my face. I am hot, okay? And then you go into the train station and half of the time the AC is not working inside of the train. So again, just like a muggy little humid environment where I am suffocating and dying. And then you go into a store and most of them also don't have AC. They just have their windows open. So anyways, all of that to say, during the summer in Boston, I am sweating a lot. And so if I'm going outside, I want my makeup to look good, going to a bar, or I'm like taking pictures and like content for that day, I am spraying this all over my face and it makes it look as perfect as when you first applied it. Don't know what they used to develop this product, but yeah, it just like leaves this like film on your face so that all of your makeup is protected and it just like stays put. I've tried the One Size setting spray and it is very, very similar to this one. And obviously this one is L'Oreal, which is drugstore. So she's a little bit cheaper. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would suggest trying this out. Next makeup item is this duo ended brush from House Labs. I believe they call it their multi-purpose brush, but it comes with 2 ends. One side is flat and angled like this, and the other side is like kind of small and fluffy, but still very dense. And as you can tell, it's dirty. It's got product because I genuinely use this brush like every single day. First of all, I love the size of it. It is small, compact, dual-ended, perfect for traveling. The main reason I have been reaching for this so much in my day-to-day makeup routine is because of how small the brush head is. It is literally perfect for anyone who likes to recreate like Korean beauty or Douyin style makeup trends. You know that the precision in where you place your makeup products makes a really big difference. Unlike American makeup where you tend to put bronzer and blush kind of like all over the place, Korean and Douyin style makeup likes to concentrate it in very specific, precise areas and build up the color. And so with this kind of brush, you're really able to get to a very small, precise area and just tap on the product and it just blends so beautifully. The next makeup favorite should not be a surprise to anyone who watches my content regularly. It is the NYX Lip IV Hydrating Gloss Serums. These are my favorite lip glosses to have ever come out in recent years, but specifically I love this color in 3 Splash and Spice. This one is in number 7 Bubblegum Burst and it's a little bit more of like a pinky color, whereas this looks like a brown nude, but if you've seen me try this on, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube, you know that when you first put on this gloss, it comes off looking very brown. But when you wipe off the gloss, it leaves behind this gorgeous pinky nude color that's like very My Lips but better. There are so many lip tints out there, and I have to say that this is my absolute favorite out of everything that's in the market. I know a lot of people really like the Sechu one where you apply it, let it dry, and then peel it off. And I agree that the lasting power of that lip tint is much stronger than this one, but that one also just dries out my lips and makes it look very crusty, which I don't like. Whereas this lip tint feels so much more like a gloss that it does leave my lips very hydrated. The color doesn't deposit unevenly like in the crevices of all of my lip cracks. I know lip crack sounds really weird, but like, you know, when you don't have filler in your lips, you have natural wrinkles. And sometimes with lip tints that are really, really drying, they just like stick into those areas and it makes it look so messy. This doesn't do that, and I just really love the formula. Like I cannot hype this enough. Does it last all day? Not really. I mean, max it'll last like an hour or two, but also like I'm the type of person who is constantly reapplying my lip gloss anyway, so to me that's like really not a big deal. I don't care that I have to reapply. I love this so much. Okay, that was it for my makeup favorites. Now we're gonna go into the miscellaneous category. I'm sure you guys have all heard of Drizzlicious. Yes, I have also hopped on the bandwagon, and this has become my favorite freaking dessert, and I eat it every time I watch Love Island. If you haven't heard, are rice cakes that are covered in chocolate. So it's a delicious little dessert. And specifically, I am obsessed with the cookies and cream flavor, which they don't seem to have in stock often. They always have the s'mores and the birthday cake flavors, which are not my favorites. I really like the cookies and cream because the rice cake is chocolate and then they add like a white chocolate drizzle on top. If I wanted to, I could probably kill this all in one sitting, but a lot of times I do stop myself from doing that. Yes, they're considered a healthier dessert, so I really just like don't feel any guilt when I eat these, and even if I do kill a bag, that's okay. This next one's pretty random. You guys know from my daily vlogs that I drink a coffee every morning from my Nespresso machine, and I do keep a variety of different flavors of Nespresso pods just because I do like to try out when they come up with something new. About a month or two ago, Nespresso released their double espresso vanilla pistachio pod, and I have been loving this flavor. First of all, look at the beautiful green color of the capsule. It's so pretty. I love to just see the pop of color because most of the Nespresso pods are like a gold or like a brown, and that's just very boring. I just realized that my nails literally match. If you can't tell, I love this color. It's so pretty. But I do also really enjoy the flavor of this pod as well. It does a good job of balancing both pistachio and vanilla flavors. I've had it both as like an Americano, just like the espresso over ice with a little bit of water. I've also made different lattes with it, with like almond milk or with like the Chobani cookie dough creamer, and it's just been really delicious every single time. I have one clothing item favorite, and it's this top from Princess Polly. I've never had so many compliments given to me than when I wear this top out in public, which I really appreciate. I think it's both the color that flatters my skin tone very well, as well as the style of the top that just like, I don't know, looks good with my body type maybe. It's a very cute top, perfect for the summertime. I really like the material of it. It feels kind of like athleisure almost. So when I'm wearing it and I'm outside and it's really hot, it feels really good. I don't feel like I'm sweating a lot. Truly makes me feel really good. Last but not least, I have this guy that looks so unassuming. He kind of looks like the Pixar lamp that goes like but this is my #1 tech filming gadget, I swear. I know there are so many recommendations for tripods out there. Trust me, I have a lot of different tripods and tech gadgets that I've tried for content creation, but this has been my #1 favorite tripod in the world. I typically use this when I'm filming like sit down videos, so get ready with me, mukbangs, a lot of vertical content. Usually I'm filming it on this. It's a MagSafe instead of a clamp, so it's just really easy to put my phone on and off. I also love that I can use both the front camera as well as the back camera. The second thing I love is just how compact it is. You can actually fold it down so that it is this small. Like, it is so tiny. It fits into my purse perfectly. So I do take this around with me when I can. And it's very flexible, so you're able to maneuver it however you like to get that angle that you need. And finally, I really just love the sturdy base on the bottom. First, it has these two grips so that it doesn't slip wherever you place it. A lot of tripods you see out there will have like the stand that almost looks like a triangle, and it stands like this, and it's very, very flimsy. It can get knocked down very easily. This, on the other hand, has never fallen on me. I do use this when I make content out in public as well. I like to put this on top of a trash can, on some random ledge, and it has stayed on top of it and not fallen. Truly, this has been such a game changer for me and my content. Okay, so that's everything that I have been absolutely loving recently. Let me know if you guys like these kind of sit down videos. I don't do them a lot. I know I'm more of a vlogger, but sometimes it is so fun to just have one of these casual videos where I get to talk to you guys like face to face. Kind of feels like we're on FaceTime. And if you did happen to like the sit down video, let me know by commenting it down below, because that does help encourage and motivate me to make more of these kind of videos for the future. I also would love to know any kind of items that you've been loving over the past month, so feel free to share that in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week, and until then, I hope you have the best day, besties! Bye!